Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? How is your Saturday evening? We just need to catch up. At least we get to know how you're doing. Welcome. This is the Alternative Voice, and as usual, I'm your host, Cleophas Oluoch, and I know you are watching us from somewhere. You're either in Nairobi, Kenya, you are abroad, you are in Europe, you are in Siaya County, you are in Mombasa, wherever you're watching us live from. This is the Alternative Voice, and tonight it's a bit chilly here in Nairobi, and we brace ourselves for this. And here we are going forward. How is your weekend so far? Join us live in this discussion tonight as we talk to one great man called Omondi Job Onyango. Omondi Job Onyango, our guest tonight. Hey, bro, vipi?
I'm cool. What about you?
Tafadhali, I'm fine.
You understand where I
Yes,
come from.
yeah. Then
Anyway, I'm very grateful.
how did you end up knowing such good Kiswahili, depending from where you came from? But yes, that's part of the discussion tonight. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us, there is someone or good the management watching from Mtwapa. Share with us where you're watching us from, and let's join in this discussion tonight. Our first media story that we're doing live here. I think this is the second one after the one we had from Manchester with Amanda. So here we are with Omondi Job Onyango. And Omondi Job Onyango is here to talk to us about his media story. How did it start? When did it start? And how is it till this far? My media story, episode 4 by Omondi Job Onyango. Welcome, Job.
Uh, Lazima utaje majina yote matatu ndio utakuwa umeniita.
Aya, sasa Job Onyango si wewe.
I'm Omondi Job Onyango. Asante sana. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes.
I never knew it will get to a point maybe I would be hosted by you. But nashukuru sana kwa kunitafuta na kunipatia fursa hii ili tuweze kunena na kuelezea safari yangu nilikotoka na mahali nilikofika siku hii ya leo. Haijakuwa rahisi, si rahisi na bado haijakuwa rahisi vile, lakini tunashukuru Mungu. It's I had three things in mind always, or I always have three things in mind.
Yes.
Prayers, determination, and hard work. I don't relent. I don't give up easily. I am Omondi from Siaya. I schooled in Nyagondo. Nyagondo is in from somewhere called Luanda. It's not far from Maseno University though. On your way to Siaya, it is in between. And that's where I started. I used to be in Mombasa at some point. That is nilizaliwa Voi district in Taita Taveta. And then nikalelewa kidogo pale Mombasa when my dad used to work with the Kenya Railways. So from there, I went to nursery, class 1, class 2, and then my dad retired. So he had to go back to Siaya. So I've been brought up in Siaya all my life. And actually, in KCPE, I was the best student in Swahili.
Yes. This is not the first time you're telling us about this story. And I don't know whether it can be traced back to... Inaweza kuwa traced back to Mombasa. How did you end up talking the entire school? A boy from Siaya.
I've always loved Swahili in my life. Hata Kiingereza kidogo kinanichanganya wakati mwingine, lakini Kiswahili no. Hapo maintain.
Wow.
So nimelelewa Siaya kidogo, nikalelewa. Yeah. I went to Nyagondo primary, I went to Nyagondo secondary. So you know the primary and the secondary ni fence tu imegawanya ama kuna ua tu pale.
ni kama mimi pale Nanga Primary na Nanga Secondary, though mimi nilienda Kisumu Day. Yes.
Oh, at least Kisumu Day inajulikana.
Nyagondo is a big school. You made it big. Yes.
I know you wanted to beat me in that. Nakupa kongole bado. So from there nikalelewa kidogo pale, nikamaliza high school. So after high school, that was in around 2016. Unaona kidogo nimekula maisha. So not 2016, 2006 I mean. 2006 I mean. So after my high school, I didn't have any idea in mind of maybe going to pursue media, communication, or doing any other course in my life. So I had embarked on ukulima. So I was doing much of farming. Nilikuwa nalima asubuhi, nalima mchana, kila wakati nimepata nafasi niko shambani. So I would farm maize, beans, tomatoes, sukuma wiki, kwa sababu tulikuwa na shamba karibu na mto. So nilikuwa nafanya sana sukuma wiki na nyanya. So it got to a point, my eldest late sister I mean, akanipigia simu akaniuliza, what do you think you can do in life so that at least you can come to Nairobi, uanze kufuatilia ni jinsi gani utakavyo ingia katika taasisi. So nikakaa nikafikiria jambo hilo kwa muda, mpaka nikaona ya kwamba bado sijaridhika sana na nilichokuwa nimefikiria na kuafikia, which was journalism and mass communication. And the person who inspired me in doing that is my eldest brother, ambaye pia alikuwa na hamu sana ya kufanya wanahabari, lakini hakuwahi faulu. He never did it. So I went back to my school, my high school, and met she's called Madam Mildred. Madam Mildred was then the disciplinarian, na alikuwa deputy head teacher. So I said, let me have a talk with her. Nikakaa na yeye chini, tukapiga tu gumzo tu ile. Nikamuuliza, madam, wewe umekuwa nami kutoka form 1 mpaka sasa hizi nimemaliza kidato cha 4, na najua vizuri sana ya kwamba labda umepiga darubini na unaweza niarifu, ama unaweza kuwa na jambo fulani akilini mwako, unafikiria naweza fanya kosi gani maishani. Kaniambia, ninavyokuona wewe na ulivyokuwa ukipenda sana somo la Kiswahili, nafikiria labda unaweza zamia wanahabari. Nikaambia, unavyofikiria wewe ndivyo nilivyofikiria mimi pia hapo awali, kabla nije nikuulize naweza fanya tajriba ama naweza fanya course gani. Akaniambia, sasa wewe ingia wanahabari. Nikamwambia, sasa mimi nataka kuingia wanahabari, lakini nafikiria sana ile college nzuri ambayo inaweza nipatia masomo ya kutosha kuhusiana na, kwa sababu najua colleges nazo zimekuwa nyingi sana siku hizi. Unapata ya kwamba wengine wanaenda na wanapoondoka pale wanakuwa wanashindwa kupata, ama wanashindwa kuwa na ile tajriba ambayo inastahili kuweza kuendesha kazi yako inavyostahili na kwa kuzingatia maadili inavyofaa. Sasa nikamwambia, mimi nafikiria Kenya Institute of Mass Communication. Akaniambia, sasa hapo umegonga ndipo, kwa sababu Kenya Institute of Mass Communication, I think so far still is the best in East Africa, if I'm not wrong. So nikaenda pale kwa muda wa miaka 3. That was around 2007 to 2010 hapo. Una swali kufikia hapo? So nilipomaliza
Job,
una swali?
Yes. So ulipomaliza uliingia kwa field direct, ama kuna changamoto yepi ulipatana nayo?
Kabla niingie katika industry, nilikuwa nimeenda my first attachment internship Pwani FM kule Mombasa. That was in 2009. Nikamaliza kule miezi 3, kwa sababu tulikuwa tunaruhusiwa unaposoma ikifika mwezi wa 7 kama sijakosea, unaruhusiwa kwenda ile internship kwenye station, uendelee kujiimarisha zaidi, alafu urudi tena uendelee na masomo. Sasa internship ya kwanza ama attachment ya kwanza nikaenda Mombasa kule Pwani FM. Pale Pwani FM nikakaa pale kwa muda wa miezi mitatu. Nilikuwa nafanya kazi ya kwenda kuripoti. Nakumbuka niliripoti taarifa tofauti tofauti, ikiwemo kwenda kukava story ya mtu. Ilikuwa mara yangu ya kwanza kwenda kukava story ya mtu ambaye amepatikana ameuawa, mwili ukatupwa ndani ya maji. Mwaka huo wa 2009 kama sijakosea. Alafu mwili ukatupwa ndani ya Indian Ocean. Unajua maji ya Indian Ocean yana chumvi chumvi kidogo hivi. Sasa yule mtu ambaye amekatwa mwili alafu akarushwa kule ndani, alafu akaondolewa pale kando. Ilikuwa ya mara yangu ya kwanza kuwa na experience, nikajua kweli wanahabari si mchezo, tena sana sana kuripoti. Unajua wengine waga wanaona saa zingine unaenda kuripoti mtu amekufa mahali ama kuna accident imefanyika mahali, zile vitu wanahabari wanaona kwa kweli nyakati fulani wanahitaji ushauri na saha ili kuweza kuondoa mambo kama yale akilini, kwa sababu ukiendelea kukaa vile inakutatiza nyakati fulani, unakuwa na kibarua kigumu. Sasa nikaenda nikamaliza hapo. Baada ya kumaliza nikarejea tena shuleni mwaka wa 2010. Kabla kugraduate nikaenda kituo kingine kinaitwa Biblia Husema Broadcasting. Nikakaa Biblia Husema Broadcasting kwa muda wa
hapo. Sasa
kama mmoja unusu.
Ulirudi jajini? Ulirudi Nairobi?
Nilirudi Nairobi. Sasa baada ya kurejea Nairobi ndio nikaendelea na masomo. Nilipokuwa naendelea na masomo nilikuwa na ile ari ya bado kutaka kuendelea kuwa na ufahamu zaidi ni nini haswa kinachotendeka katika chumba cha wanahabari, yani ile newsroom. Sasa ndio maana nikaamua kusakasaka. Nilipofanikiwa nikapata Biblia Husema Broadcasting pale, nikaingia pale mwaka wa 2010. Kibarua kilikuwa kigumu, Cleophas, haikuwa rahisi kwa sababu kumbuka wakati huo pia nilikuwa naishi na dadangu mkubwa mwenyewe pia, kwa sababu wazazi wangu walikuwa wakulima. Babangu marehemu alikuwa ni mkulima, na sasa unajua pia mamangu pia alikuwa ni mkulima, na hawakuwa wanaweza kugharamia labda tuseme ile karo ya shule ama ile ya taasisi ndio nipate kumaliza shule. Sasa dadangu mkubwa ndiye alikuwa anafanya hii kazi yote. Nakumbuka yeye pia licha ya kuwa mume wake alifariki, alikuwa mjane na alikuwa na watoto wawili na pia walikuwa shuleni. Unajua pia wewe kama sasa kakake huwezi kuja na kuweka tu shida zako zote mbele yake. Lazima sasa unajikaza
kimwanaume, kuongeza mzigo kwake.
Naam, huwezi mpatia mzigo ule wote. Sasa kidogo pale nilitatizika, kwa sababu unapoamka asubuhi, wakati huo nilikuwa naishi mahali panaitwa Umoja, mtaa wa Umoja hapa jijini Nairobi. Sasa ilikuwa lazima naamka saa 9:15. Nikiamka saa 9:15 nasoma, nafanya masomo yangu pale. Ikifikia mwendo wa saa 10 hivi na dakika kama 10 na dakika kama 30 hivi, najifungia tu pale kwenye chumba cha wageni ama sitting room, alafu nachukua gazeti la Taifa Leo, naanza kujifunza kusoma taarifa. Sasa zingine huko tu kwenye sitting room pale peke yako, lakini umejifungia pale ndani, unachukua gazeti, unaanza nafikiria sasa nitaanzaje, na sina mtu yeyote ambaye ananisikiliza. Nikasema wacha nianze kujifunza mapema, kwa sababu kwenye studio nasikia unaposoma hata taarifa uko peke yako, mtu mmoja, hujui unasikilizwa, hujui kama usikilizwi, uko tu pale. Sasa najifungia pale kwenye sitting room. Jambo na karibu, mimi ni Omondi Job Onyango, Rais Uhuru Kenyatta, bla 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 bla, naendelea. Sasa nilikuwa nafanya hivyo, nilikuwa nasoma kila wakati mpaka pale inapofika mwendo wa saa 12 kamili. Ikifika saa 12 kamili,
and that's the challenge,
mimi naingia
job just
Naam, nakupata. Sasa inapofika saa 12 kamili inanilazimu naingia kwenye bathroom na naoga haraka haraka, natembea kutoka Umoja mahali panaitwa Donholm. Sasa unajua wakati huo pia si ati ile fare uko
inakaa
nayo,
kuna delay unaenda na ameendelea.
Sasa natembea mpaka Donholm. Nikifika pale mtaa wa Donholm, nasimama pale kwenye stage. Unajua saa hizo una pesa ngapi mfukoni? Shilingi 100. Shilingi 100 ile ndio nataka kuitumia kama breakfast, ndio nataka kuitumia kama fare kwenda. Unajua wakati huo naenda mpaka Biblia Usema, nikitoka Biblia Usema niende mpaka South B shuleni, nikitoka South B nirudi nayo town, na nikitoka town tena nirudi nayo tena mpaka Umoja. Alafu napata ya kwamba hiyo pia ndio inakuwa ni pesa ile ambayo unapaswa kutumia wakati wa mankuli ya mchana. Sasa jambo ambalo lilikuwa linanishangaza sana ni jinsi gani nitakavyoweza kutumia ile fedha ili iweze kunitosha siku nzima. Sasa ninachofanya, inalazimu natembea mpaka Donholm. Nikifika pale Donholm na ngojea magari ama matatu za Kayole. Ikifika pale Kayole, ikifika pale Donholm inanibeba na shilingi 30 mpaka mahali panaitwa Mudhurwa. Nikishuka Mudhurwa, kwa sababu nilikuwa attachment bado Biblia Usema na darasani naingia saa 10 jioni, lazima natembea kutoka natoka Mudhurwa mpaka Biblia Usema huko Upper Hill. Nikitembea kutoka Upper Hill sana, ikigonga mwendo wa saa 8 natembea mpaka South B mguu tena. Nikimaliza classes mapema, labda mwendo wa saa 1 hivi, hakuna mvua, natembea tena mpaka town mguu. Lakini sasa jambo ambalo kizungumkuti mahali ilikuwa ni mahali pa mchana, kwa sababu haukunywa breakfast, hujakula lunch. Sasa ikifikia mwendo wa saa 10, wakati unapaswa kuanza masomo yako darasani, ile njaa jinsi ilivyokukaba, hata mwalimu akiingia sidhani kama nilikuwa naweza muona vizuri, kwa sababu unaona vimuli kidogo. Sasa inanilazimu naenda kununua biscuits. Unajua nilibaki na 70 bob. Sasa naenda kununua biscuit ya 5 bob. Biscuit sizitafuni, nazimumunya. Kuna tofauti kati ya sasa naimumunya kama peremende na kumeza maji yake kidogo kidogo. Alafu kidogo nasikia nguvu imerudi. Naweza fanya nini? Naweza kaa chini at least ni concentrate kidogo. Sasa baada ya hapo nikarudi nikagundua kwamba hali inaendelea kuwa ngumu, ndio nikatoka hapo niking'ang'ana, nikipiga hesabu yangu hivyo, ile shilingi 100 inanitosha, naondoka narudi nyumbani. Sasa jioni nikifika mjini, inalazimu nasimama pale mjini kwa takriban dakika kama saa kama 1:30 hivi, ifike mwendo wa saa 4:30 usiku. Sasa ikifika saa 4:30 usiku, magari ya kwenda Umoja yanakuja kubeba 30 bob. 30 bob, tunang'ang'ana tunaingia. Kuna gari moja mpaka siku hii leo naiona ni KAP. Inakala kama ya Kenya Bus hivi kidogo. Na nakumbuka sana vile tulikuwa tunang'ang'ana tukiingia ndani ya hiyo gari wakati huo. Na ni swala ambalo nikienda nikafika nyumbani, saa zingine unapata ya kwamba umechoka kweli, ugali nao umepoa, mboga imepoa, yani, na pia vile vile huwezi enda kutafuta ama kwenda kuwakisha gesi ama ile gas kuchemsha hiyo chakula, kwa sababu unapata ya kwamba gas pia inaisha, hakuna pesa ya kutosha hapa ndani ile unaweza sema ya kwamba unataka kutumia. Sasa hali ilikuwa tu hivyo, lakini mwishowe nilivyokuarifu ya kwamba kuna maombi na kuna kutia bidii ama kutia fora kwa chochote kile unachokifanya na kutolegeza kamba. Ni masuala ambayo yalinifanya nikafaulu. Sasa baada ya kufaulu kutoka hapo katika hali hiyo, ndio nikakuja nikafika
Naam, inakaa tumempoteza mgeni wa leo. Tunafanya jitihada zetu kuhakikisha kwamba amerudi. But if you're watching us live wherever you are, thank you very much, ma'am, for tuning in from Kisumu. Thank you very much. There are comments there. Hayeka Cedric, thank you very much, KK, for being here. Best Star Prof. Can Job speak in English as good as it does in Swahili? Yes, Job speaks good English as well. And so keep your comments coming in. Or good that the management. Yes. Anasema sharing experience is like witnessing the great works of our Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you very much. And here we are with Job, and this is the great story of someone, because all of us, we know at one point umeishi na relative wako, be it Nairobi ama hata rafiki tu, and you know how much that can be. So Job will be joining us back shortly after that technical itch, but keep sending your comments live on YouTube and Facebook. If you're watching us on YouTube, remember to subscribe to that channel, and if you are on Facebook, remember to follow us. And Job is here, and we have some questions here. Job, we have a question from Best Staff Prof. Can Job speak in English as good as it does in Swahili? Job, waweza zungumza? No, nimefanya vibaya. Job, can you speak good English as you do in Swahili?
I cannot be very fluent compared to Swahili, but I know I can speak English. That can just help me communicate with the
Madam Simaleda, Job.
with the person I'm trying to relay the message to. I can try speak English. I can try speak English.
Okay.
Remember there is a station called Truth FM. I first anchored after Biblia Usema, which I anchored news in Swahili. I then did English in Truth FM. So I know I cannot be very fluent in English, but I can try speaking English. Yes, I can communicate in English.
Amazing Job. We all know that's one language that we all need. And thank very much, Best Pro, for bringing that question up. At least now we know what we can do. Shiro Kim, can it tangaza in local language or lugha ya mama? Please try. Yes. Now this is the test. Yes.
I think with this one I discussed this with you some other time back, and I told you the reason as to why I cannot work in Ramogi FM.
Please, the head of Radio Ramogi FM is tuned in. Victor Tieno is tuned in. Na sasa wanajichomea hapa. Umejua industry haitaki.
No, it is the truth. Let me tell you the truth, huh? Let me tell you the truth, huh? I don't always go for what I cannot do. I always go for what I can do. Because I realized that the moment you try doing what you cannot do, you will be wasting time and resources for no reason. Because right now, if you tell me, because I've had the Luo, they speak a lot of hidden words that I cannot really like straight single out that this is what it means. Like Magina, I've realized that Magina, for me, I'll just call Magina Risasi when I'm talking in the Luo. Yes. Ker, I think Ker should be president. Huh?
Yes.
Ker should be president, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he can
but you see, for me,
chairman. Yes.
For me, I'll just call Ker president or Rais. I would find it easier, even when I'm talking in the Luo. I can talk in the Luo, maybe just communicating to maybe like, let me say my mom, or because I think it's only mom we communicate in the Luo, and maybe you at some point when we're just when you're just conversing. Like, I cannot assure you that I can broadcast in the Luo. That will give me a big challenge.
So Shiro, you've heard that, and Job, no, Omondi Job Onyango cannot say machiegni nyikora mogia jwange weche manyene like sechegi and Omondi Job Onyango.
Hapo utanipoteza kabisa. Machiegni nyikora mogia jwange mora mintie arwaki ye bibo no.
Yes. So Job, I want to take you somewhere a bit uncomfortable, and you being in the media, I know this is your time to tell us your story, but ungependa kujua, there are those people who are really afraid of media and journalism as a course. And I thank Peter Mokaya, presenter Peter Mokaya from Moi University Radio is tuned hapa kwa hii channel yetu leo. And he's wondering actually kama Job anaweza zungumza kizungu. Vile umesema, najua wana watch game ya Chelsea inaendelea sasa na Man City. Ilishaanza. Inaendelea. Yes. Nadhani inaendelea. And Job, there's one thing watu wameogopa. Aswa akina dada. Our sisters are afraid of the industry. I don't know where you are because you are coming back to your journey to tell us mtu alikushika mkono kwa industry ni nani na how can you give back to that media community. So there are those people Job wameogopa kuja kwa media kwa sababu kuna history ya editors na interns. What happens? Inasemekana kuna tabia mbaya sana inaendelea in some media houses inafanya watu wengine wakataa kuingia hata kuja kufanya internship.
Those are allegations. And maybe yule ambaye amepitia hali kama hiyo anaweza labda kuandika hadithi yake ama anaweza andika story yake akiwa anaisupport na tuseme anaisupport na ushahidi wa kutosha. Lakini jambo ambalo ningependa kusema ni kwamba I didn't have anyone ambaye alinishika mkono mpaka nikafika nikafika ikiwa so far I've worked in 7 stations.
Wow, 7 radio stations.
Yeah, 7 radio stations. The first one was Pwani FM. So the second one was Biblia Usema, and then I worked for Truth FM. From Truth FM, I proceeded to ATG Radio. From ATG Radio, I proceeded to Milele FM. It had always been my prayer, and it had always been there was something in me. I really had the urge to go and work in a secular station or the mainstream radio station. So from the mainstream radio station, Milele FM, I went to Kwetu Radio. From Kwetu Radio, I went back to Milele FM, where I am currently. And what I can say, I don't know whether you're getting me.
Yes, I'm getting you.
Because I can see my video is hanging anyway. If you're getting me, then that's okay. So I realized that from all the way from, I can only thank the people who gave me opportunities to exercise I call it to exercise my career in their institutions or in their companies. Like there is one very revered man of God, Apostle Francis Musili. He gave me an opportunity to be the head of news. He also gave me, I was also the best presenter. I've also been I've also done a lot of presenting, continuity presentation. Like I used to do the evening drive when I was there. And I also want to thank one Aisha Mohammed, who actually identified my potential where I was, and decided to give me an opportunity in Milele FM for the first time. I also want to thank one Vincent Atea, the one who does Jambo Kenya Radio Citizen. He's been a very good boss. We worked with him together, and he also gave me the opportunity to be the news editor at Kwetu Radio, that is. And I also want to thank the directors of the then Kwetu Radio, and I also want to still thank Aisha. She also called me back to Milele FM. Yes, so I can say I didn't. There is also one Geoffrey Kwatemba, Kwatemba is the one who gave me an opportunity to work at Pwani FM, which is KBC, Pwani FM, that is in Coast. These are the people that I can say they really built me. They really made me who I am, because there was a day in the morning when I was in the newsroom, because I used to wake up at after school now when I was fully out for my attachment, and I was still in Bibliosema. I used to wake up at 3:15 in the morning. So when I could wake up at 3:15 in the morning, by around not 3:15, I could wake up at around 3:45 in the morning. So when I wake up at around 3:45, I would prepare very fast, and then I pick a matatu. So when I pick a matatu at around 5 sharp, 5 in the morning, exactly 5, or around 4:45, 4:50 Apple, I'm already in Upper Hill from Umoja in the newsroom and updating the news and looking at what is supposed to be running on air then at that moment. So Geoffrey Kwatemba, by then, I think right now he's one of the communication directors in the
county government of Machako.
So Geoffrey Kwatemba is the one who used to do the breakfast show by then in Bibliosema. Yes. So when he came to the news, he asked me, where is the news anchor? I told him, I've not seen him here yet, but I believe he's on his way coming. It was almost 10 minutes to the top of the hour. So he told me, seemingly, he might be late. Can you anchor news? I told him that, yes, I can do it. He asked me, where have you done it before? I told him, I've not done it, but I've been doing enough exercise, and I believe that I can do it right now. He asked me, are you sure? I told him, yes, I'm sure. He told me that I'm going to give you an opportunity today because the news anchor is not yet here. But if you are going to mess on air, then count yourself out today from this company. I told him, okay, fine, let's go. He told me, pick your scripts and then follow me. With my confidence, I was not even bothered that I might make a mistake and be thrown out of that company, because he told me that I'm going to give you an opportunity. If you fail, then me and you, imeisha. So I picked the scripts, followed him into the studio, and then he told me that now you can anchor. When I give you the go ahead, please, you can start reading. I told him, okay, fine. So I waited, and I was I was kind of like nimeingiwa baridi kidogo, lakini nasema mwanaume lazima nitangangana. That was my first time to go on air, and the moment I just finished anchoring news, he told me, from now henceforth, because this guy seems not to be serious with his job, you'll be anchoring the dawn and the morning news for Bibliosema. So that is how I started.
Where you say
that was in 2010. That is just
in and where you come in and say it's about prayer, believing in yourself, and also having that confidence. Most of the young people outside here wanapoteza kazi, wanapoteza opportunities simply because you don't have that confidence, the right wanasema ile courage, yeah? Courage that you really need so that you can where you want. Yeah, so that's something that you can learn from this discussion, and we have Oguda, the management. Job, no man is limited. Don't limit your possibilities, and that's on the response for you not trying the Luo your vernacular stations, and we have other people who are saying the same. Job, you should give it a try. You never know, especially in our media world where you don't know where tomorrow you will be in. Perfect in your art, and I know hapa mbeleni mambo yanakuwa sawa sawa. Kuna comment hapa kutoka kwa Don Apple Jaka, tuned from India. I'm just curious, can Job tangaza mechi ya ball? If so, hebu tusikie.
No,
wewe ni nguvu ya wewe ni nguvu mpya ama yes.
Mimi niwachie newsroom. Mimi niwache tu kwa newsroom. Just give me the opportunity of pursuing a story. Just give me the opportunity of, especially napenda stories za masuala ya usalama, security. Napenda sana stories za masuala ya nini, health. Niachie tu story kama hizo nifuatilie, lakini usinieke nifuatilie mpira kwa sababu I don't know anything about football. That I can't lie to you. I don't know anything about football. Even right now, the matches that are being played, I've never been interested in football. I think those who are interested in football ni wale ambao kutoka utotoni walikuwa wanalelewa lakini wanajua mwelekeo wa football.
Wanatengeneza mpira ya juala, mpira ya karatasi.
Lakini now playing football, especially midfielder, hiyo naye siwezi kudanganya. I can do it so nicely. Hiyo naweza cheza vizuri sana.
Kuongea maneno ya midfield. Unaweza taja midfielder yupi Kenya?
Sasa siko interested. Me, I know I can play.
Sawa. Tumetoka maneno ya football hapa sasa. So, we have these people are tuned in. If you can run the questions down there on our lower third. Don, if you can get Patricia Combo, thank you very much for tuning in our discussion tonight. Anasema confidence is all what matters. Thank you very much, Patricia. Patricia is also a media personality who is so much into environmental journalism and stuff, environmental activism. She's currently the land hero in the country. Jobu made my day. Confidence level yako iko juu sana. Don Apple, thank you very much. Brian Akeno, following keenly from Kisumu. And we have Caroline Omolo. Job.
Yes.
Kuna swali mtu aliuliza huku juu. Kama tunaweza ipata, we have Nicholas Oginga. Nicholas Oginga tuned in loud and clear from Kilifi. Thank you very much. That's Kuzo. Thank you for tuning in hapa The Alternative Voice. Cedric anasema was somewhere on internship. Tutataja hiyo TV station mali ulikuwa internship Sedo. And can relate na hiyo story ya matatu sana. Hiyo story ya kuraukia matatu ni kitu inaeleweka sana. So Job, you're not alone in this. And yes, Job, have you thought of going to a TV station for visibility? First, nani anawaambia ati radio hakuna visibility? Job, tell us, how did you get your visibility? And saa hii ukienda nyumbani, Elisha Odhiambo, MP game, anakuona aje? Wewe ni sauti tajika tayari. Jibu huyu jamaa anataka uende TV.
It has always been my wish, and I am still praying. I know I'm not limited, just as Ogudha said, one of my closest friends, and almost a relative back at home. I am really looking forward to one day anchoring news in one of the mainstream TV stations in the country. Reason is I just believe it's all about confidence and determination. I always like picking up new challenges. When I take you back kidogo or watch, there is a question you post about a career. Kuna wasichana wanaogopa ama kuna watu they end up leaving at times. The reason as to why you can end up always giving up is there are two things. Mimi saizi siwezi enda kufanya udaktari. The reason as to why siwezi fanya udaktari, I don't understand anything about biology, chemistry and the likes. Sijui kitu kama hiyo. Corona hakuna mtu ogopi. Sasa kitu ambacho naweza kuambia ni kwamba at times we waste a lot of time and resources doing things that we do not have. Unajua, you cannot be talented in everything. You cannot be talented in everything. Yani ya kwamba kila mahali umeingia wewe uko sawa. Kila mahali umeingia wewe uko sawa. You can have so many talents, but kuna ile ambayo makes you stand out. Na kuna ile nyingine pia zingine ukipeleka unapata tu you're just green. You don't understand anything about it. So that's why I always say, ya kwamba first of all, as someone maybe who is seeking to especially for the Form 4 leavers, wale ambao wanatarajia kwanza kutafuta ni kosi gani ataifanya, ama wale ambao wamemaliza kidato cha 4. Jambo ambalo ningependa kusema ni kwamba try and identify where your potential lies first, because unaweza fanya wanahabari na you can do it better than Omondi Job Onyango, you can do it better than Vincent Atea, you can do it better than Lincoln Jogo, you can do it better than even Fred Machoka, you can even do it better than that person you're thinking this is the best in the media industry. The moment you just identify where your potential lies, then you are good to go. Kwa sababu ukiingia ukasema mimi nataka kufanya kwa sababu naona Omondi Job Onyango amefanya, you will be losing it. Kwa sababu unaonekana, there was a time I was in some station and then that guy was telling me, you media people, you just paid for nothing. Hakuna kazi nguo mwenyewe ufanya. So siku moja nikaingia studio nikamwambia okay, leo I would wish to host the show tukiwa pamoja na wewe. Akaniambia sawa, twende. So nika introduce nikasema, mpenzi msikilizaji kokote pale uliko, karibia basi tuweze kuandamana pamoja katika kipindi hiki. By then I used to do a program called Jahazi. Was it Jahazi? No. Was it Jahazi? I think it was Jahazi. Yani tunabebana sote tukienda. Hakuna mtu ambaye anabaki nyuma. So thereafter ikafikia point nikamwalika tu ndani ya studio nikasema, hii leo ndani ya studio tunaye rafiki yetu mpendwa sana ambaye ametutembelea hapa ndani ya studio, na bila shaka tutakuwa tunawasiliana naye muda sio kwa mrefu, utapata kumtambua ni nani haswa ambaye tuko naye ndani ya studio. Lakini hata hivyo basi kwa sasa labda tupate tu nambari za simu. Kaka, tupatie nambari za simu. The guy could not even read the phone numbers, leave alone even it's not always about just
but
it's not always about just
Job, without confidence, how can you end up reading that Milele FM number 0719 in Kiswahili?
No.
07 kijiti 93.
No, let me tell you one thing. Identify where your potential lies first. When you identify where your potential lies first, then have confidence in it and then go for it. Identify your potential, have confidence in it, then go for it.
Samuel Oriwo anasema kwamba Omondi Job Onyango ako without biology. That's sawa. And congrats, by the way, congrats for being you're the new dad in the city. You're the new dad in the city. We know so many people really wish to be where you are. Congrats. Auko baba zero.
Thank you so much to we anaitwa Ryan Baraka Omondi. Ryan Baraka Ryan is a king in the making. Baraka is blessed. Omondi is my name and it is his name too because he was given birth to in the morning. So Ryan Baraka is a blessed king in the making.
Wow. Gosh. Yeah, this man is here.
And also
is here to share with us his story, and pass our regards as the alternative voice to the mom who is also tuned in. Thank you very much. And we have JL Empire, Mr. Job. Is this media personality really dependent on talent or education? Do some media personality just excel juu wako na talent? So what is your advice kwa wale hawana talent but wana degree? Job?
Before I answer that question, you should also remember I'm married to a very beautiful Kamba lady, all the way from Machakos.
Shemeji.
Very beautiful. I've never had her pictures everywhere, with a reason. I am a little bit reserved. Sipendagi kuanika lakini nitarusha hapo siku moja.
Tuliona ile harusi Alex Makideo alishutumia.
That is called the epitome of beauty. Anyway, that is on a lighter note. Go on a serious note too.
So, other than Omondi Job Onyango being a media personality and a news presenter at Milele FM, you can see is one of the not few among the romantic laws around in the city. Emily Adongo from Mombasa. No, from Busia. Thank you very much, Emily Adongo. Yes, Job, you can answer JL Empire. Is it talent or education?
You know, when you do mass communication, when you do journalism, it's called journalism and mass communication. Journalism and mass communication entails a lot. It entails print. It has broadcast journalism. You can also find yourself in the newsroom. You can also find yourself as a producer. You can be all over. Like, there are a lot of things
digital.
you can do in the media.
There's digital journalism.
When he specifically, there is digital journalism. Yes, the categories are so many.
Yeah.
So you will realize that maybe you might be in the newsroom, but you don't know anything to do with politics. You are specifically based on health matters. You might find yourself in the newsroom, but you cannot handle health matters. You can just maybe find yourself relying so much on politics. So that's why you see there is a political reporter, there is a health reporter, there is there's so many reporters.
There is a Douglas
one thing I would, exactly. You see someone like me, bado sijajitambua vizuri sana vile kwa sababu I do much of anchoring and news production, news producing and scripting. But you'll realize that it's not all about talent. It's not all about the voice, because you can have the voice, but you cannot articulate the words the way they're supposed to be articulated when you're anchoring the news. You can also find out, or you can also realize that you are poor in talking, but perfect in writing. That's why when you are given maybe, like, let me say, a political story to handle in the newspaper, you will do it like wonderfully. People will say this is a worth reading story. Now, that's why I would answer him and say, the media is changing. It's dynamic. You realize even right now, most of the people who are employed in the media industries, apart from the presenter, the main presenter, who should be someone who has ethics, mtu ambaye ameenda shule, anaelewa hii napaswa kusema, hii sipaswi kusema, napaswa kutangaza hivi, sipaswi kutangaza hivi, napaswa kusema hivi, nisiseme vile vingine, ndio so that I can keep the person who is listening to me awe na ile haja ya kuendelea kunisikiza. So ndio maana una realize ya kwamba of late there are so many comedians, and the comedians pull crowds, or they pull listenership. So
they
at
bring
times
numbers. That's what media wants.
Yeah, they bring, absolutely. So they are employed to bring numbers to the company or to the station, but they are not employed because that's why we will realize that some of them have adopted and they know what to say and what not to say. Wengine mpaka wa leo bado, you listen to some of the radio stations, utasikia comedian amesema jambo fulani, for him he feels it's okay, ama she feels it's okay, but again, to the person who is consuming this outside there, is very uncomfortable with what they say. And again, one thing you have to understand is they are just employed to bring numbers. They're like the brand ambassadors for those specific stations they're working for. So that's why when you start listening to it, you will want to listen to such and such a comedian. I love listening to this comedian and not this one. Why? This one makes more fun and makes radio more interesting listening to compared to this other one. So it's not, it's talent plus education. Because you can have the talent, you don't have the technical know-how. You can also have the technical know-how. There is no way you can also have the technical know-how, but you don't have the talent. Because talent is not all about kuongea tu ya kwamba umeenda pale kusoma taarifa. Na tumai umeshinda vema kokote uliko. Ujambo na karibu. Langu jina ni Omondi Job Onyango. Rais Uhuru Kenyatta hii leo amekutana na Rais wa Tanzania Samia Suluhu. Katika mkutano huo, wawili hao wamejadili jinsi ya kuendeleza ushirikiano baina ya taifa la Kenya na lile la Tanzania. Mwanahabari wetu Cleophas Watch anatupasha zaidi. You see, but saa zingine unaweza kuwa na ile
nashika masikio na ninasema Omondi, nikiwa hapa bungeni, Douglas Omari amepita tu hapa saa hii alafu unaanza
You
ama
know what to
sikupati
say and
vizuri.
what not to say.
Hello.
You know what to say and what not to say. You know where, kwa sababu unajua ukisoma taarifa ya tanzia, for example, tuseme kifo cha aliyekuwa rais wa taifa la Kenya Daniel Toroitich arap Moi, you cannot just say hujambo na karibu, aliyekuwa rais wa taifa la Kenya Daniel Toroitich arap Moi ameaga dunia. Moi ameaga dunia akiwa anapokea matibabu katika hospitali. No, hiyo ni taarifa ya Tanzania, ya tanzia, samahani. You have to put in the impression ya kwamba hii ni taarifa.
Kisa cha leo hivi
tanzia,
aliyekuwa speaker wa county
ama watu watano wamepoteza maisha yao. You cannot just go to people.
Ule Milele. Naam Job, tunakusikia.
So I say, like, even the way so many accidents have happened today, let me say 5 people have lost their lives. You know, you cannot just go to people and then hujambo na karibu, watu watano wamepoteza maisha yao katika ajali ya barabarani katika eneo la. No, but you are talking to someone who has lost a relative, a husband, a wife, a daughter, a son, a mother, a father in one of those accidents, maybe. Let me say, God forbid. Sasa lazima ukue na ile ama there is a way you articulate it to make sure kwamba the audience, the person who is listening to you, is comfortable with what you're saying. It's not ya kwamba nafurahia sasa kuwasomea taarifa ya tanzia. Hakuna yule mtu anafurahia kusoma taarifa ya tanzia. It is not always I can remember there was a day I read I don't know who died. I cannot really remember, but I read that story until nilitokwa na machozi mimi mwenyewe. I'm human. Nilitokwa na machozi. So make the person who is outside there actually feel this is what this person is feeling. The expressions, the how are they called? There are so many things you can consider. Maybe that will be a story for another day.
Always appeal to the emotions of the listener outside there. And so, Job, this brings me to this question. And you said you are human, and it's true. Every journalist outside there is human, and they got feelings. And so, Job, I have this question for you. Are there moments
Yes.
within your career as a news presenter in all the 7 stations? I can see them there about 6, because Milele FM, you've been there twice now. If within these 6 radio stations that you've been in, have you ever encountered or be in a situation where umejipata uko na stress na bado umeingia kazi na uko na impressions tofauti tena kwa studio?
What I can attest, it is one of the most difficult jobs someone can ever do, especially when you are behind the mic and you have to talk to the audience out there. We are human beings. That is one thing you cannot run away from. And the audience, the people who always look at journalists like people who are wanasema huyu ako sawa throughout. Wakati fulani tuko na mambo yetu, unaweza kosa. Unaweza kosana, labda hata niseme for example na mke wako ama na mme wako. It is normal. Mnaweza kosana nyakati fulani, you go to work with that nini. But you know, one thing I always do is nikilemewa kabisa, I would rather ask for permission to be away. Nikilemewa, nikiwa najua I can't handle this. I can remember there was a day when I was going to anchor news when I was still at Kwetu Radio. That should have been in 2016. So when I went to anchor news, I used to anchor news from 2 p.m. all the way to 9 p.m. at night. So immediately after anchoring the news at 2 p.m., I receive a phone call that my eldest sees is dead at all, because I was so much overwhelmed. It was the first death we experienced in the family, and I think it was quite a very awkward, devastating moment that no one would ever wish to experience, and especially now when you have to go and talk to the audience. But I really thank God He gave me the energy, the courage. I went home, I cried it out. I'm human. After crying it out, I went back to work the following day. I managed to execute until the moment I was told, now I have to go and give a send off. So it is normal. It is normal. But the only thing you have to do is what you have to know is there is always a next time. Even when you do wrong today, tomorrow you can make it perfect. When you didn't make it today, tomorrow you can make it. When you failed today, tomorrow you can succeed. So what you should always do is, ukiona ya kwamba umelemewa kabisa, just ask for permission, stay out for some time, go compose yourself, ujikakamue, alafu urudi. Lakini one thing you have to know, when you are going on air, kila kitu wacha kwa mlango ya studio, ingia ukiwa wewe ni yule job ambayo walimsikiza jana. The only thing you can do is make yourself better, but usiingie ndani ya hiyo studio useme ya kwamba ati, mpenzi msikilizaji, unajua dadangu ameaga dunia, sasa utaniwia radhi jinsi nitakavyokusomea taarifa hizi, itakuwa ni kibarua kigumu, lakini mniwie radhi tu. My friend, there is no one who is there who is willing to, who is ready to listen to your problems, because they have even bigger problems than yours. Go tell them what has happened, leave the studio, go back to your stress.
Go back home.
Okay, Rudy, tell the top of the hour, the same.
Wow. So, Job, that's true. That's true. And from your statements, we continue praying for your family. I know it's something that devastated the whole family when it happened back then when you were at Kwetu. And for the strength and for the person you've become today, you are an inspiration to so many people who are here. We have Gladys Hope, learning something. And that's the purpose of this discussion tonight. It's not only hearing about the story of Job, Omondi Job Onyango tonight, but what can you learn from him and what can you take home with you? And so we have feedback on YouTube and Facebook, and thank you very much for sparing your time to be here with us on Facebook and YouTube, where you're watching us live from. And remember to subscribe and follow that page where you are, and also follow Omondi Job Onyango to get to know where she's posting a madam, where she's not, yes, where he's hiding everything.
Before, let me tell you one funny thing. Thing. On Facebook, I've called my name. I've given myself a different name because there was something I was trying to do, but I think I'll change it tonight back to Omondi Job Onyango, so that at least I can continue mingling with my fans. It is very important. But for now, I'm word game Siaya. Word game Siaya. Yeah, on Facebook, and on Twitter. For those maybe who would want to follow me, yeah, is at Omondi Job O. At Omondi Job O. You'll get me there. Hiyo suti iko hapo hivyo, nilipiga nikiwa Biblia usema, na nilipewa hiyo suti by the way,
na niliazimwa, ndio ulinitumia nitengeneza nayo poster by the way, so tupige picha nyingine mpya, hata ile harusi sawa
bana. Hii nilikutumia nayo poster ilikuwa yangu, ile hiyo picha iko kwa Twitter, hiyo at Omondi Job O, hiyo suti niliazimwa. That one I was given niende nikavae, cause mwenyewe alikuwa ni mdogo sana na nilikuwa haikuwa inamtoshea vizuri.
Biblia usema was your second,
yes.
Job, Biblia usema was your second radio station. Up to now, what can we say Omondi Job Onyango is worth? What's your net worth? Kijana ana sauti tajika, kijana anasifika, ana sifa zinazopita kila pembe. By the way, Mami Stew ndako pale YouTube anakuangalia, ameniambia salimia Job Onyango leo akiwa hapo mtandaoni.
Say hi to mom. Say hi to mom. Swali lako kidogo changamoto sijui in terms of what I'm net worth, but mimi huwaga nasema as long as Mungu amenijalia I can see naweza kuwa na maisha, I'm not paying any hospital bill, then I am cool kwa sababu
great.
So what I've invested so much. I've not invested so much on myself. I'm trying to invest so much on my wife, my kid, my mom back at home. Kujenga vitu zangu huko nyumbani.
Great. Job. And yes. So we are 1 hour into this discussion and 1 hour 3 minutes past 9 p.m. East Africa time up in Nairobi. You recently won an award, that's Health Reporting Award. Congratulations, Job.
Thank you so much. I'm humbled.
And I know this is just one of the many that you have, and you're also planning to get some in the times to come in your field of journalism and your passion in also investigative pieces. I know you'll be going somewhere extra, and so if you didn't know that, Media Council of Kenya awarded Omondi Job Onyango with the award last week. Wiki tuko. Was it Wednesday or Thursday?
It was on Thursday, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Okay. What lessons do you learn from this award, and how can you put it outside there for your fans and your family?
I first of all want to say I was very glad. I was very happy, extremely happy. It is not something that has ever happened to me before. I would really wish to thank all my fans. Wamekuwa ni watu ambao wamekuwa kinifuatilia. Ni vile tu sasa, what the fans should understand is wanakuwa ni wengi sana, saa zingine kujibu kila mtu inakuwa ni ngumu, but I try as much as possible to respond to the ones that I can. Secondly, I really want to thank God. Huyo ndiye ameniwezesha Oluoch. When I did that story, the story that emerged, that made me be a winner in the radio category, Health Reporting Award, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that I would put it in the. I would use it to compete for this award. Actually, there were two stories that I did last year.
How many entries did
there
you
were
give?
2 stories. I gave 2 entries.
Yes.
I gave one for an investigative piece. An investigative piece that I did with a lot of passion. You know, I always wake up every day. From Monday to Friday, I always wake up at 3. So I always leave work at around 1:30 once I'm done with the 1 o'clock bulletin. But I decided to sacrifice and say I would sleep late, but I want to pursue this investigative story. I pursued an investigative story called Siria Sare. Siria Sare was trying to show how there is a gap on how the security department wanalegea kudhibiti jinsi mtu anavyoweza kupata sare za polisi. So I was trying to expose how people get the police uniform. The police uniform, and at times they use them even in executing robbery and other like criminal activities. So I did that. Actually, I expected it would have been the best in that.
Yes, you shared actually before the awards went live on Facebook and YouTube through the accounts for Media Council of Kenya, and we were talking, and you were sure that the piece that was going to merge was the Siria Sare, and to our surprise, we saw it as the health reporting. So what health story did you do to get this award?
The health story I did was about how the police cells, some of them are very dirty, some of them are clean, well taken care of. You know, despite the fact that mtu ameshikwa anapaswa kufunguliwa mashtaka ama ameshtumiwa kwa jambo fulani, haipaswi kuwa kigezo ya kumweka katika mazingira ama mandhari yasiyokuwa salama kwa maisha yake. You realize that some of those people, they even end up like contacting diseases in those police cells. Yet unapata kwamba hawakuwa na hatia. Sasa umeweka maisha ya mtu hatarini bure. Lakini mwishowe unanini. So I was trying to look at these police stations, all of them. I looked at Pangani, I looked at Kilimani, and one thing that was coming out clear that mahali, for example, mheshimiwa atashikwa apelekwe, mbunge atashikwa apelekwe, itakuwa ni hayo mazingira unapata yanakuwa ni masafi kidogo kulingana na mahali mtu kutoka Kayole, mtu kutoka wapi atashikwa na kupelekwa. So I was just trying to bring out
the disparity in that.
Sure. So I was just trying to bring out and show how those police stations, those police cells need to be upgraded so that at least mimi ambaye si mheshimiwa nikikamatwa nikapelekwa pale, God forbid, si ati nakaa katika mazingira machafu, yet nyakati fulani napata hata sina hatia. So that is the piece. By the time they were announcing, so by the time they were announcing in the radio category, yule mtu ambaye ameibuka na ushindi, Omondi Job Onyango, I couldn't believe. So by the time I was waiting for this investigative piece, I was also having some hope ya kwamba huenda pia hii nikaibuka ushindi katika nini hiyo, lakini kategoria hiyo, lakini kidogo ilinitoka. But I still thank God and I pray and I believe and I know hata mwaka ujao utakuwa na pieces zingine ambazo labda nitakuwa nimefanya ama kazi zingine nitakuwa nimefanya na nitakuwa nawasilisha kwa MCK.
Thank you very much, Job. And what's your message to the journalists outside there who didn't try to submit their works to the MCK, Media Council of Kenya, for this award?
What I can say is, at times it needs, not at times, all the time, it will need you to go an extra mile of what you always do. Piga hatua moja zaidi, piga hatua mbili zaidi, piga hatua tatu zaidi, ili upate kufika pale. Jambo lingine ambalo ningependa kusema ni kwamba it's all about prayers. It's all about prayers. Just pray, believe. Hata kama umekosa leo, Mungu anajua. Unajua nyakati fulani tunafikiria tofauti, si nyakati fulani, wakati wote ule tunafikiria tofauti na Mungu. At times you might be praying Mungu akupatie Toyota Ranex, lakini kumbe Mungu amekupangia Toyota Lexus, ama amekupangia Lexus, samahani, for that matter, ama amekupangia hata Prado. Wewe unakuwa uko hapa hivi chini unaangalia, hey, this Vitz, when will this Vitz come? You are looking at the Vitz, yet God ashakuelevate, amekuweka place ya Toyota Crown. Sasa zingine unaangalia hapa hivi, Mungu, wewe unafikiria Toyota Duet, kumbe Mungu amekupangia BMW. You don't know. So one thing you should always do and never fail, just underline with a red line down there, never fail, is to pray, believe and trust in God that all is possible and you will make it. Then just go an extra mile to do an extra thing, kwa sababu najua Omondi ni wengi, watu ambao wanaweza soma taarifa ni wengi. Citizen wako, Radio Sahara wako, kila mahali wako. That one even you can attest. But now what can make you outstand? Yeah, what can make you outstand? What can make you say, okay, despite Cleophas Oluoch being a digital journalist, I can do this better than Cleophas Oluoch? That is what should always be ringing bells in your mind. And then you'll find yourself getting challenged all the time to want to know, what is this extra thing that I can do to make me outstand, even as the others are also there.
Wow. Trust. Pray without ceasing, and you never know where your blessing will come from. As we can see, Omondi Job Onyango amemaliza kikombe chake ama gilasi ya maji, na hiyo ni ishara tosha ya kwamba amemaliza maji, na kwa hivyo tunaleta kipindi cha leo kipindi cha leo kinakamilika juu hatutaki asumbue Naomi
Sema
aenda
tumefikia
chukue
kikomo kwa kipindi cha leo.
tumefika kikomo cha kipindi pia ni kipindi cha leo. Charles Joroge, congratulations to Job for the award. He does excellent work. Thank you very much, Charles, for that kind work. Joroge Meshak, I listened to that investigative story that you did. I was amazed by the work you did.
Thank you.
So
thank you so much.
Lumumba Felix, nimemwok ikiisha. Hey, Job, watu wamekuja hapa kwa live. wamekuja. Umesikia kitu wamesema? Wamemwok. Haya. Tuko na Bree. Mimi Bree, better late than never, right? Yes, Bree, you're right. You'll rewatch this. Thank you very much, and keep up the good work you're doing on your TV, on your vlog. Thank you very much. We have Josephine Kieti, who is also tuned. Thank you very much, Madam Josephine Kieti, and everyone who is tuned in and following through WhatsApp. All those people who viewed the status and couldn't join both on Job's side and my side, and everyone who took their time to comment and also to share here with us. Thank you very much. And so, Job, we bring this discussion to an end today, and
just before
it could have been put before we end this. If you have a word or two that you can give us, where are you currently working? I know some might be asking themselves, sasa unafanya kazi wapi? Na ingekuwa vyema pia uambie ulijipata aje uko Milele FM na
currently I'm working at Milele FM, breakfast dawn news anchor, kuanzia saa 12, saa 1, saa 2, saa 3, saa 4, saa 5, saa 6, saa 7. Hiyo sauti unaisikia hapo ni yangu katika taarifa. Alafu nilijipata pale. One funny thing and one thing I always thank God for is I've never applied for a job, even in all these stations. I just receive phone calls, I go there and serve. Muda wangu ukikamilika pale, Mungu anafungua tu njia kwingine, nasonga upande huo mwingine tena. I just
unapata timu nyingine.
Ni simu tu zinaniita na nashukuru Mungu sana kwa ajili ya hilo. We cannot take the credit. We bring back all the glory and honor to
Amen.
God. That's why I told you prayers work. If you believe in prayers, you will never fail. If you believe in prayers, you'll never fall a victim of a circumstance or fall to shame. No, that will never be your portion. So the other thing is, that's how I found myself with them, and I believe there are more phone calls to come in Jesus' name. The other thing we used to say is I want to initiate this program of taking the industry into colleges for those maybe who are willing to have training for some trainings for their students in college, wale ambao wanaweza taka wanafunzi wajue ni nini haswa kinatendeka kwa industry, because what I was taught in school or what I was taught in college, nimepata mambo ni tofauti kabisa katika industry. Kwa ground vitu ni tofauti sana. So I can be coming to your college and telling the students what is happening in the industry, like translation. You know, there is no one who will teach you translation in college. Hakuna mtu atakufunza hii ati you translate one on one. Rais Uhuru Kenyatta amekutana na Samia Suluhu, rais wa Tanzania, and then you translate it to English. You will translate your own things. So you realize that even the translation we do, there is a way you can coach yourself and find yourself there. So these are some of the things ambazo nasema, na if I could get an opportunity, maybe for those who would wish, kama mko na kikundi cha wanafunzi atafi, mnaweza niarifu, hata even if it is virtually, I can train you how you can do translation. I can train you how news can be collected, how it can be reported, how it can be anchored, and several other things that maybe you would want to know in the newsroom. I would always be wishing or be willing to answer all the questions in the newsroom, because I am not saying I'm perfect, but so far, 12, 13 years in the newsroom is enough at least to make some other people also know that how a newsroom should always be run. Even news anchoring. How do you anchor news? How do you position yourself? How do you put the punctuation marks? What do you do when nyakati fulani unasoma alafu realize kwamba ile computer ambayo ulikuwa unatumia imezima all of a sudden? What do you do? Do you tell msikilizaji, utaniwia radhi, kompyuta yangu imezima kwa sasa, lakini taarifa ambazo zilikuwa zimebaki nitakuja nikusomee baadaye? What do you do in such? So maybe for the lecturers, for the teachers, for the students who would always wish to know more about this at a fee, always feel to reach out to me. Always reach out to me. I'm always willing. At my number 0713 211 626 0713 211 626. Let's talk to me. Let's find out. I will always help you. Nitakushape. Ukitoka kwa college, you are good to be in the industry. Ukiambiwa, do you know how to use a recorder? Sia tunaanza kuangalia huko juu, recorder hii itafinya wapi, itafanya nini? Can you go and get us a news story? Sia tunaanza kubangaiza, unaangalia, unasema sasa nitaanzia wapi? You know, some of the people, when you say Raila Amolo Odinga, for example, is meeting President Uhuru Kenyatta, anakuja anaanza kuandika, hii leo Raila, kinara wa chama cha ODM Raila Amolo Odinga amekutana na Rais Uhuru Kenyatta. Katika mkutano huo, wawili hawa wameafikiana kushirikiana na kufanya kazi pamoja. That is not the story. You will realize that Raila maybe in that talk, like right now, there is this BBI issue, and there are the likes of Akino Rengo, Akino Tiende Amolo kutimuliwa kutoka kwa ile JLAC, ile kamati ya nini ya bunge la taifa. Some of these things, you know, those are the things that are there right now. That is the topic that is trending. So akiongea kuhusu hilo, anaweza sema kutimuliwa, anaweza sema hata kutimuliwa kwa Otiende Amolo kama naibu mwenyekiti ama kama mwenyekiti wa JLAC haikuwa ni hatua ambayo ni mimi ndio niliyafikia. Sasa unaweza sema kwamba kinara wa chama cha ODM Raila Odinga amejitenga na kutimuliwa kutoka JLAC so and so. Akiongea baada ya mkutano na Rais Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila amesema bla 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 bla. Now that is the story. Usikuje kutuambia kwamba, so those are some of the things you realize it's different from what we are doing in the industry right now and what we were taught in college. So if you're willing, maybe you need some tutorial nini, unataka nikuje nikusaidie kwa wanafunzi wako, kuelimisha, kuelekeza nini, feel free to reach out to me, and I will always be available to make sure kwamba we train wonderful journalists for the future.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much, Omondi Job Onyango. And what a way to bring this discussion tonight to an end. To you, our loyal viewer who've been with us from day one tonight, thank you very much for sparing your bundles for this show tonight. We don't take it for granted. May God keep you safe. Reach out Job on the number on your screen, 0713-211-626. If that's the number for Job, Omondi Job Onyango, feel free to contact him anytime when you need to get to acquire the skills that you need in the industry. We'll be sharing this contact with some of the universities around that really need to get this message home. We have Mimi Bree, we have Mokaya, presenter Mokaya from our university, and other universities around and colleges. Feel free to contact Job for such an insightful session with your students. I've been your host for tonight, and thank you very much, Job, for the guidance that you gave me by the time I was at Milele FM when it comes to voicing and also preparing news and also how to read the stories. Thank you very much. And I know within when we are still alive, we'll still continue doing what we love doing and put in
Yes.
God first. May God bless you all.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
I'm also humble. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.